you're from Argentinian descent?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just, I don't really know many Argentinians up here, so I just wanted to get your
why you ask questions like the Fed, man? Ask the question, though.
Well, because it's one of those questions that you got to be ginger with, because I don't want to offend anyone. You know what I said? I wanted to ask you about how do you feel about Diego Maradona's legacy and what he left behind and what it means to you being from Argentina. I always loved him. Even before I started watching football, you probably grew up on football. I've told this story a million times. The first soccer match I ever seen was I was at a friend's house and I watched David Beckham score the midfield goal. That was my introduction to soccer. So obviously I fell in love with David Beckham. I fell in love with Manchester United. But I just wanted to ask, as far as his legacy, he had a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows. And as an Argentinian, how do you feel about his legacy?
So as a football fanatic, I just look at it from there. What he loved the ball was his best friend. That's all he knew. When he was on the pitch, he was nothing else. Like, he was the happiest man, as we all, know. We're on there, and all our stressors are gone. It's a beautiful thing. And I think, people like to mix up, his addiction and whatever other, downfall he had. But, in the end, what he did for football, what he did for a nation that was going through war, and then, against England, that game against England was kind of like a fist, like up yours. You invented the game. He won it, whatever way, and scored probably the greatest goal in history in the World Cup. And it was like a nation. Like, honestly, he was like the world was the country was on his back. Like, it's just, the story is beautiful. And then what he did for Napoli, going to a team that was known for being, shit, and then took him up, winning the Scudetto for the first time back to back, and then winning the European. It speaks volumes. He has tons of biographies, like films. I've read one of his books, and he just, there's one on Amazon called Diego Maradona. I highly recommend it. It focuses solely on Napoli. That one was, I think, the best one. I saw it when it came out in Silver Spring, and I went with, my boy, and we were just like, it's amazing. Like, he literally was a god to those, and he always will be, and to the nation, because he just, is a football legend. It's just different eras. You like to compare Pelé, Messi, Ronaldo, but what he did, I don't think, like, the influence he had is gonna be really tough to match. As far as skill wise, Messi's phenomenal. Ronaldo's a scoring machine, but what he put on, like, little 5'6" player played with, he had balls this big and a heart that could pump blood through Frankenstein. Like, that's all you need. That's what you need. And that's what lacks, I think, nowadays with these kids, is passion. And that's what defines Maradona's passion.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Excellent. With that said, that was beautiful, Dave. I think you're the first South American we've had on the show, so I'm very excited about that. I appreciate it. I look forward to having you more often. You're fantastic job. So that wraps up the Soccer Family Podcast, at least this episode. We appreciate you guys showing up on a Wednesday night and talking about football. For the guys, for the people that are watching this, it's just a bunch of guys that went to school together, that became friends through ball, and we just talk about soccer. That's, if it's your first time watching this podcast, this is what it's about. So I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the.soccer.family. We have a YouTube channel called The Soccer Family. And then, what's our website called again? I always forget.
thesoccerfam.com.
Thesoccerfam.com.
Like that, bro.
Is the website. So again, if there's one thing we've learned this year, is be humble about your club. Right now it's pouring over Stamford Bridge, but with that said, thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
Many blessings. Bless up.
Peace. Look more.
You guys, man.
Many blessings.